It's actually funny you say that because my mom went to Duke.
Oh,
And so
no.
I did not idolize the Tar Heels growing up. I
Oh,
actually despised
no.
them. Yep. My first words, it's an inside joke amongst my family members, that my first words were D-U-K-E, Duke, Duke, Duke.
Hello, everybody. Okay, today we have a very special guest. She is a young player who just burst onto the national team scene during her sophomore year in the NWSL. And watching her for just a few minutes will tell you exactly why. She's fast, dynamic, absolutely tenacious, a defender who is as good at stopping attacks as she is at creating her own. She's everywhere on the field. But today, she's on our show. It's the pride of the Houston Dash, Avery Patterson. Avery, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me, Sam. I am honored to be here.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you. Thank you for doing this. This episode of Friendlies is brought to you by our good friends at Verizon, a proud supporter of the global game and the players who inspire us on and off the pitch. As an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, Verizon is honored to help share the stories of the world's top players, including the incredible women who are changing the game at every level. Stay tuned for more on how Verizon can get you connected to the game we love. Okay, first things first, when I messaged you to have you come on the show, you showed me your black eye and you were like, I hope it clears up by then. Tell me about the black eye. Tell me all your stuff.
Thank you very much for giving me the platform to clear this up because I was really nervous. It looks so fine now, and now I've realized that it's kind of turned into looking like pink eye. If I look this way, you can kind of still see.
Oh my God.
I know. It's my luck with eyes has not been great over the last 6 months.
This is not your first black eye in the past few months.
No, it is not. However, this one looked worse. The first one that I had was at the first camp. It was after, the whole elevator incident had happened.
We know.
It was second game against Brazil. Big game, mind you. This is the first time I'm starting against a major team. Actually, no, first start for the national team.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Getting my footing in the second half, I felt good. And I remember the exact play distinctly. I was off a throw-in, and all of a sudden it was like any other throw-in. I go to kick it forward, and the ball ended up hitting me in the eye, and I forgot to blink. And it ended up bruising the retina behind, like it was the back part of my eyeball. And I remember going into the locker room and being like, am I ever going to be able to play again? Because I couldn't see. And the first thing I thought was like, oh my gosh, my career is over as soon as it was getting started.
Oh my gosh.
So that one was a lot worse. This one was just a black eye. Nothing actually wrong with the eyeball.
Yeah, just the cover, just the aesthetics of it. Okay,
right.
So traumatic. We don't need any more black eyes anytime soon. Okay, well, it looks great from here. Really can't tell at all. And I'm so excited to have you on the show. You've had such an incredible year. You're really proving to be one of the pillars of this next generation of the U.S. Women's National Team. But I do want to start with who you are off the field. I know that you're a dog mom and that you got a dog, Benny, last year. Can you tell us all about him?
Oh my gosh. Thank you for asking about him. He's my favorite thing to talk about.
First question.
Oh my gosh. No, right off the bat, it's my favorite thing to talk about. I got him last March, and he was $13 from a Houston Humane Society. Yes. I went on like a Wednesday, and they had like flyers everywhere. It was like some spring carnival for the Houston Humane Society. They saw me looking at Benny, and actually, fun story, I was looking at his brother first.
Okay.
And I was like, that one's really cute. Like, can I take that one out to walk him around? And they were like, no, like, he is very food motivated. And I was like, what are you not telling me? Like, why can't I let him out if he's food motivated? And they were like, just trust us. Take his brother out. And I was like, okay. Turns out the brother had attacked Benny in the shelter. Oh. And so he was scared. He was hiding in the corner. It was definitely like a moment where it was like the dog chooses the person, not the person chooses the dog, if that makes sense.
Like
as
Benny,
like meant
Benny
to be
chose
written
you.
in the stars. Yeah, it was so precious.
He was like, get me out of here.
He was a pathetic little thing. Like, I can't even lie. He was so sweet. I feel like that's a standard for like any dog that comes out of the shelter, though. Like, they are just so grateful to have a life now. That was on a Wednesday. I loved him. He loved me. I took him out and he was running circles around this concrete 2x4 patch. And I was like, okay, I think I need to get him like into a field, like into a yard somewhere. And so I asked them, like, how much would it be to adopt him? And they were like, if you wait until Friday, he's $13. Why not?
And I was like, $13 you ever spent.
But it bit me in the butt about 3 months later because he swallowed a rubber Kong whenever I was on one of our away trips.
I am so sorry.
It was
and it was an expensive vet bill. Yeah.
Mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a puppy and he has been racking up some vet bills for us as well. By no fault of his own, there have been just a few accidents, one of which included him eating 8 plums off the counter.
Oh, awesome.
Pits and all. And so,
awesome.
We were joking that the plums were like kind of expensive as it was. They were probably like, I don't know, $15. We got them at like a farmer's market. And then it turned out they were actually like $615 because we had to go. Yeah.
Yep.
It was literally absurd, but dogs make your life so much better. I know that.
Oh my gosh. Well, and best $13 I've ever spent. And he's genuinely, oh my gosh, it's so cliche. He's my best friend. I do everything with him.
I know. I get it.
He dog moms rise up because they will understand what I mean. I would ride for Benny any day. He's the best.
Well, I'm obsessed. I hope that I can meet him sometime. I have 2 dogs, Finn and Chester, and like equally so obsessed. I just love them so much. They've made my life so much better. And it's amazing. So I'm so glad that we're bonding about this.
I love the name Chester, by the way.
Thank you.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it really cute?
That is a awesome name for a dog.
Thank you so much, Avery.
Chester.
Thank you so much. Okay. Unfortunately, this isn't a dog podcast. As hard as I keep trying to make it one, we're going to get to some soccer stuff eventually. Avery, you grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. I know that you played your college soccer at UNC. I am a UCLA alumni, but it is hard to ignore how many incredible legends have been Tar Heels. Alessia Russo, Emily Fox, Crystal Dunn, Tobin Heath, Mia Hamm. We could talk about this for days and days and days. And I feel like for you growing up in the 2000s and then playing at UNC, you just had so many players to look up to within that program. Can you talk to me a little bit about idolizing the Tar Heels and UNC as a soccer school growing up?
Yeah. And
your experience as a fan of the team when you were younger?
Oh, of course. It's actually funny you say that because my mom went to Duke.
Oh,
and so I did not idolize the Tar Heels growing up. I actually despised them. Yep. My first words, it's an inside joke amongst my family members, that my first words were D-U-K-E, Duke, Duke, Duke. And I came out of the womb chanting D-U-K-E, Duke, Duke, Duke. Yep.
That's like an incredible thing for a baby to say.
I know. But when I first got to UNC, I was a freshman. It was COVID. Alessia Russo was a senior. Lata Wubbenmoy was a senior. Lois Joel was still there. Emily Fox, obviously. It was Claudia, Sam Meza, all of these like big UNC names that are big names in the soccer world today were all in one place at one time. And it's so crazy because we never all got to play together because of COVID. But Tobin Heath was my idol growing up, despite the fact that she was a Tar Heel. But all of those people have shaped who I am today.
Have you met Tobin?
I haven't met Tobin, but she did DM me after my debut with the national team, and I freaked out. I didn't know what to say, and I didn't reply for like 24 hours because I didn't know what to say.
I know. That's like terrifying. I like literally as a full-blown adult on the national team like met Mia Hamm and like teared up and freaked her out. And I was so ashamed. I was like so ashamed of myself because I was like, why did I just like fangirl her? But it was just like sometimes you like can't help it.
No, I can't help it. And I'm a big proponent because like I don't think fangirling is embarrassing. Like, sorry, I think you're awesome and you deserve to know it.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you're becoming like my favorite.
Thank you, Sam. And I am fangirling over you as well.
Okay, well, like equally, I'm fangirling back. I'm like so excited to be chatting. So I know you had a standout career with North Carolina. You had an incredible run your junior year. You met UCLA in the final. I know you guys were up 2-0. You scored both goals.
I did.
And then, sadly for you, but go Bruins.
Bruins.
UCLA came back and beat you guys 3-2, which was such a crazy game.
It was.
And then you became captain of the squad your senior year. You had such beautiful things to say when you left. And it sounds like your experience at UNC was amazing, especially during a time when some other players of your generation weren't going to college. It sounds like you just got so much out of it. And I feel like what I want to hear about is like not only did you get experience as a leader at a really successful program, but you played for a program that was expected to win and expects greatness. And I feel like that really uniquely probably prepared you for a career with the U.S. Women's National Team. And I wanted to see if you could talk about that a little bit.
What an interesting question. No one has ever tied the two together, Sam.
I mean,
that's why they pay the big bucks.
Here I am.
UNC, obviously going in, you know that it's such a unique place. I don't think that you realize it until you're actually there. Going from that environment where it's such a professional, there's a sense of professionalism, but you're also having the time of your life. It is something that is uncategorically a standalone program in and of itself. Like there aren't enough words to describe my time there. And the UCLA year, the junior year, all of those people will be at my wedding one day. Oh. All of the people in my class are my bridesmaids. Like, I just adore each and every single person that I have met there. And I mean that from, like, I am touching my heart because I actually, like, it makes me emotional talking about it. I mean, Damon has seamlessly transitioned into this new head coaching role too. And I actually just sent a week ago, a senior video for one of the girls that's graduating this year who was a sophomore when I was we were 2 years apart. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just such a special place. And again, I don't think that anyone can really put it into words how awesome it is there. And it's such an interesting concept of, like I mentioned, Damon's seamless transition into the head coaching role. I feel like I was able to have a seamless transition into the pros and even into the national team because I had this confidence in knowing that this is where I came from and this is all the work that I have put in this special place. That I can back myself in anything I do on or off the field. Like culture-wise, tactics-wise, technical-wise, it is such a great, great, great place. It gives me a confidence in like professional settings.
That makes so much sense. I think being a part of a program that has created and helped shape so many of these incredible players who have gone on to have great careers, you're getting confidence in knowing that not that the path is forged, but that you've been prepared at the most excellent level to that. And now you have all the tools you need to go on and have this incredible career outside of it. And that's like exactly what college is for. I guess I'm interested in knowing that was your experience, what advice you would give to somebody trying to decide if they should go to college or not now.
I'm a big proponent of college because I think it develops you as a person. Like, I feel like I am such a complete individual now. And I have, like I mentioned, connections that will last me my entire life. That in and of itself, I still have those connections, obviously, in Houston. Those are my people. I ride for my Houston girls. College is just a time to enjoy life, and there's not as much pressure as there is in a professional setting. And I knew that soccer was going to be there for me for as long as I want it to be. So why not enjoy it, have my connections, have fun, and have not as much pressure as I know is going to potentially be on me for the foreseeable future. That's the advice I would give. I'm a big proponent of college just for the social aspect alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. And I'm so glad that you had such a great experience there. You do seem like somebody who is so well equipped to face all of the challenges that will come with playing in the NWSL, playing wherever, playing for the U.S. Women's National Team. I want to talk to you a little bit about the draft because that's been another big talking point, outside of players who are or aren't going to college. Now there's no draft anymore, but you entered the draft in 2024 for the NWSL alongside some of your college teammates like Ali Sentnor and Savvy King. What was the draft process like for you? Did you go into it knowing you were going to get drafted? Like, were you there in person? What did you know going into it?
Wow, this is I'm going to do a full tell-all for you, Sam. So I went into because UNC, they graduate you in 3.5 years. So you're ready
to get
for the
you
draft
ready
in
for the
January.
draft. Okay.
Yes. And so I knew when I was going in to college that I wanted to play professionally, whether or not I myself knew it was achievable. I didn't know what it was going to look like. Obviously, I wish I had a crystal ball so badly, but I didn't know what it was going to look like. But I put my name down for the draft. I had to submit all the headshots. I had to submit a voice recording of how you pronounce your name.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. At least in my experience, there were a select few that were flown out to the draft.
Okay.
And I think it was like 14, 15 girls. Because I, like you said, Savvy King, Ali Sutton, Macy Bell, Sam Meza, they were all there with my draft class. So
Yeah.
the draft itself, heading into it, you know, you speak to teams beforehand, you get a good idea of who's interested and who, you know, hasn't reached out to your agent. There were a couple teams that, you know, I was on the lookout for. I'm from Jacksonville. My mom wanted me so badly to get drafted to Orlando, and they had like the 8th or 9th pick. My parents came with me. It was a whole family ordeal. We fly out to California. They fly me out to California. My parents come with me. They pay for hotel. And it's like a great time.
Wow,
going in
that's
again,
great.
like, oh, it was awesome. However, this was the caveat.
Oh, no.
Me thinking like, oh, they're flying me out. I'm all in this nice hotel.
Oh.
Like, wow, this is awesome. I am sitting in like, they lined up people, I think from what they based you were going to get drafted. Yeah, you see where this is. You already know where this is going.
Oh, I'm so nervous for you.
Oh, so I'm nervous. They're interviewing people up on the stage, and I'm like, oh my God. It's a convention full, all of the people, all the staff of the NWSL, and I'm like, oh my God, so many people are watching on TV. They're texting me during this, like, don't screw up the interview. They're showing it on TV. I'm like, oh my God, what if I don't even get drafted? I had actually spoken to Houston last out of everyone. So I don't know if it was like a late in the game type of thing, but I had spoken to them only a couple days before the draft, and they had expressed that, you know, if you're still on the board when we have our, I forget what pick it was. I think it was 19.
Yeah, you were 19th.
I was 19th. And again, like they only flew out 14 girls. And so I was the only one
So
left.
you were like, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be long gone.
Oh my gosh. I thought that, but you know, it was written in the stars and everything happens for a reason.
Thank God this has worked out so well and we can laugh about it now. But that
100%.
sounds like kind of traumatizing.
Oh my gosh. In the moment, I was mortified because I'm the only one
who hasn't gone yet.
Who hasn't gone. And so it's me, my mom, my dad, and like all these other players are getting called. And I'm like the clock's ticking. Like,
what were you thinking?
I knew that I was going to get picked up, or at least if I hadn't been picked up, I had backed myself to at least get my foot in the door somewhere.
Yeah, like you weren't going to not get drafted, but it still sounds like it was
right.
Like just...
But I was traumatized.
Yeah.
Not actually, but whenever they panned to like the camera, by the time I had been picked, I was mortified. Well, I wasn't mortified, but I was also grateful because I was Houston's first pick.
That's so awesome.
Which I appreciate. And I appreciated and still appreciate so much that they had that much faith in me, and you know they didn't let. And my name was always the one that was like first best available, and it was like all these teams were still picking other people. It was funny at the time. It actually wasn't funny at the time. Funny looking back now. By the time the camera had like walked all the way, like they didn't. I don't know if they forgot that I was there or what. But they panned to Damon Nahas.
Who was your coach
Damon,
at UNC?
He was my coach at UNC, and my dad. And I had hugged my mom for like 30 seconds before the camera had got there, and they completely missed it. So it looks like on like the video that everyone took of me like walking up to the stage that I just
didn't hug your mom.
Like, see ya. Like I walked right past her and was like, no.
Well, it sounds like you are very close with your mom. She's come up a few times today.
Yeah.
And I want to actually ask you about your family a little bit later in the show. But you were drafted 19th overall to the Dash in 2024. But in 2023, the year before, the Dash had finished in 10th, which was just out of playoff contention. What did you know about the team before you came to Houston, before you were drafted there? And I guess what was your reaction to being drafted to a team that kind of had a lot of room to grow?
It was a hopeful time at that. In that era of the Dash, just because, you know, it was a new coach, someone new staff. It soon turned to, I don't know what the word would be, but the hope kind of dwindled a little bit because our coach wasn't able to come until like halfway through the season because of his visa, like because of something with his visa. Not having a head coach for like the first couple months of my professional career was like kind of iffy, and it has been, at least in the past with the Dash, a consistent problem of inconsistency and instability, where it's like we didn't have a head coach for more than a year's time, and it's like, oh gosh, this guy's already late. where's it going to go type of thing. So, I mean, we weren't able to string together good performances consistently last year. I think there were moments just because of, the players that we had. But it's just tough, like being in a club where you never know if you're going to walk in and your coach is going to be there, or if he's still like trying to get his visa sorted. It was an unstable time for sure.
I think another thing that's interesting when we're thinking on your first season with the Dash is that you were drafted more as a forward. I know you've played in college, you played both defense and forward. And something we talk about so much on this show and now in the media about women's soccer is that versatility in the NWSL, but also on the USWNT national team is so valuable. When I think about versatile players, I think about Emily Sonnet, Crystal Dunn, players who have really like created new opportunities for themselves in their career at every turn because they're able to play multiple positions. What was your expectation going to Houston at the beginning of 2024? And did you feel like you wanted to play a specific position?
It's actually funny because whenever someone asks me, like, what position do you want to play? What's your favorite position? I don't really have one. And it's so all like a silly answer for me, but I genuinely just enjoy playing and kicking a ball with your friends. Like at the end of the day, it all just dwindles down to, you're having fun with your pals. It's funny that you mentioned that I had played multiple positions in college. Please do not go back and watch my freshman year film of me at center back.
I promise I won't.
Please don't. And that goes for anyone. Don't go and look up the Final Four in 2020. Please don't. Ignorance is bliss for me. But center back, outside forward, I was very comfortable anywhere on the wing in college. I didn't get as much recognition for my left back or right back performances my sophomore year, but I still was confident in my ability to perform there. Obviously, when you're scoring goals and when you're assisting and getting on the stats sheets, like that's going to get you recognition, and that's what's going to get you on like the ACC teams and all of the first team, second teams, coaches awards, all of those things. But I was very comfortable playing outside back, so I just knew that going into my professional career, I was going to be able to play wherever they needed me to.
Yeah,
because I had been able to develop both positions on both sides.
It's clear now watching you play that you have experience at both because you're such an attacking oriented defender. Like watching you score goals for Houston is so much fun. You just have this really great knack for the goal, and coming from an outside back, it's just so fun to see that. So your first season, 2024, the Dash did come in last place, but you also announced that you would re-sign with the Dash through 2027. And I know that this season, while, you guys still didn't make playoffs, you showed so much improvement. You did finally get some stability in that head coach position with Fabrice Gautra. I'm curious what this year felt like for you and kind of like what was the narrative of your team this year? Like, how did you guys think about yourselves?
It's a tale of two seasons for us, at least this past year. I think the first half was, I think there's always going to be turnover and like a gray period in terms of, when you have a new head coach, they bring new tactics, new culture, new everything, new slate. There's also new management. Like it was always going to have a transition period. Getting our footing for the first 6 months was crucial, or not 6 months, 4 months. Towards the latter half of the second half of the season, it was more of like okay, we know what it is now. Let's hone in on that and do what we know works, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And it was, again, trial and error for the first half and then performance-based for the second half. So, I mean, going into next year, we're coming off of a big win against Kansas City at home. There were so many people at that game. So, I mean, it's really good vibes and I think confidence and growth heading into next year.
Yeah, I love that. I wanted to ask specifically about beating Kansas City, who now we know, of course, made an early exit from the playoffs, but they won the Shield, the NWSL Shield, weeks before the season even ended. How did that kind of cap off a season that had a lot of ups and downs and help you guys kind of start to think about what you are building for the future? Like, what does a win like that do for your locker room?
It enhances belief, because I think once there's a fire, you kind of have to light the fire. Well, we lit the fire first, but now we're like trying to get it to grow.
Yeah, you're
Terrible
stoking
metaphor.
the flames. I know. We made it work. We made it work.
I really thought about it. Horrible metaphor, but the fire is there. I mean, that was Ryan Garris's first goal with the Dash, and her son Crew was in the stands. We all adore her. it was just such a special moment. I almost shed a tear on the field, if I'm being completely honest. And so, having a culture where you care so deeply about the people that you're surrounded with every day is one thing. And I think that, that stokes the fire too.
There you
Having
go.
a head coach stokes the fire. Having consistency and a deep belief and care for each other, I think is what we're taking from that last game, at least.
Yeah. And I think, looking at a performance like that, beating the best team in the league, thinking about the growth that your team showed over the season, I think what's so fascinating about you and your year is that you were able to have such incredible personal success, getting called into the national team for the first time, performing so well multiple times throughout the entire year, when your club environment did have some stops and starts and some ups and downs. I think that says a lot about you. And so I do want to hear a little bit about like your personal approach to your game, getting called into the national team, getting recognized by Emma Hayes for the first time. How did that shape your year and your goals for the season for yourself?
Sam, with all the excellent questions. Yes. Snaps. I would be lying if I said that getting called into the national team doesn't give you, I don't want to say ego boost, but a confidence about you.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, coming back into club, you're like, oh my gosh, I was just surrounded by the best players arguably in the world. I can do anything now. Like it does give you like a sense of confidence, and by no means is that an inflated ego. That is not what I'm saying, but it does give you a sort of swagger about you. And I think I would be lying if I said that it didn't, but it doesn't take away from hard work. I think that that's the biggest controllable, at least for me. Growing up, I always played with a chip on my shoulder. I wasn't super recruited going into college. And then, the draft kind of was like another one of those instances where it was like, okay, like I've been knocked down again. The thing that I can control is my mindset and how much work that I put in every day. So I think combining that with confidence coming off of camp was kind of what led me to have a breakout year. I think I've always been hardworking, and to have the recognition now is just like a bonus for me. So it's impacted me more than I realized, and now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm realizing it.
Well, I mean, it's incredible to hear you talk about it. I do think you've had this journey where a lot of your peers were getting recognition maybe before you, or maybe at a time it seemed like more than you. And of course, getting called in, getting recognized for a futures camp, which I know was your first step into the national team. Those things are amazing. But I think to hear of course, you're getting a confidence boost from that, but that your kind of foundation is this idea that you've always been working hard, and recognition will come and go. A coach could change things outside can change, but what you have is the knowledge and that kind of deep confidence that you've earned it and that you've been working for. And that's something that nobody can ever take away.
Yeah, it's an unshakable thing. Yeah.
Totally. And I really, really love that. So you get called into this futures camp. You realize that like you're on the horizon, your Emma has noticed you. How did you tell your family when you got called into your first full team senior camp?
It was tears. Like there's nothing that I can say that will encapsulate that feeling. It's a full circle moment because it's something that everyone talks about. I know you've talked about it. I know everyone I know always talks about, the dream job is playing for your country and playing on the national team. And so to be able to say that I reached that pinnacle was something indescribable. I sat down, I texted all of my coaches. I called my parents first. My birthday is actually on, this is funny. My birthday is on June 14th, which is Flag Day. And so from my birthday from last year, it makes sense. But on my birthday last year, a bunch of my Houston friends got me American flags, and they were just laying around my apartment ever since then. Yeah. And so I took a bunch of pictures with the American flags that had already been from my birthday the year prior. Benny was freaking out that entire time. He was like, what the heck is that noise that is being made by the flag? One of my coaches, his name is Vanya. Growing up, he's now a personal friend of mine, and he has a family of his own that watch all of the games. They were able to come to a couple of the national team games, but I've been training with him since I was, I don't even know, 12 years old. And that's something that I've always spoken about with him, was, what do you want to do to get on the national team? And so I texted him, and he told me to write a note to my parents, thanking them for everything that they've done for me. And so that night I sat down and I wrote an essay
Oh.
to my mom and dad, in a card.
Did you type it out on the computer, or you handwrote it?
I typed it in my notes, and then I transferred it to a card.
Gen Z.
A thank you card. Yes.
Yeah, that's so sweet, Avery.
So yeah, that was the day that I found out. And then obviously being able to go in the next day and being like, "Should I have a secret? Do you want to know my secret?" But yeah, to the facilities at least. But it's just such a special memory for me.
That's amazing. Okay, well, maybe a slightly less special, but still very memorable memory. And I know you've talked about this a lot. Your first game ever with the national team, you got stuck in an elevator on the way to the game.
So it was the day of the game.
The day of the game in the hotel.
Early day game.
Okay.
Because most games are, 7, 8, 7:30 even. Like nothing early in the day. This game was at 2:00 in LA. And
oh my God.
If you go to your first national team camp, the day of your first game, you have more meetings than you will the entire camp because you have to do.
Oh my God. Yeah,
you have to do film. You have to do tactics. You have to do, what the schedule looks like before the game, what the schedule looks like after the game, what the warm up looks like. So I'm missing 5 meetings minimum.
Because you're stuck in an elevator.
Because I'm getting stuck in this elevator. And I don't know. Denise thought that, I think, obviously she knows now, but I think that they thought that I was just sleeping because it was like 10 a.m. Breakfast closed at like 11. And so my meeting was like 10:30. They started at 10:30.
Did you have service?
I think so. Yes, we did. Wait, maybe not. Wait, hold on. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. I forgot to mention, and to set the scene a little bit, you're stuck in this elevator with Becky Sauerbrunn, who, if people haven't heard this story yet, we've told it, across this network multiple times. Avery Patterson, in her first camp, day of the first game she's going to play in with the national team, she's stuck in an elevator with Becky Sauerbrunn, missing 5 meetings.
Yep. Minimum. Like, it's... I actually can't remember if I had service or not. I don't think that I did because I would have been able to text people to let them know.
Exactly. That's wild.
I do know that Alana Cook was also in the elevator. And when it first stopped, yes,
I didn't know. I don't think I knew that. I think this has gone under the radar.
Oh, no, don't worry. Alana was there too. And so were...
Other normal people?
Other normal people. Yes, there were tourists in the elevator. And there was a guy, like a pretty burly guy. Alana and I are trying to open the doors and like doing all the things that the fire people, the firemen are telling us to, are trying to tell us how to like get the doors open. And we're yanking on the doors. And the bigger guy's like, step aside, like, let me try.
Step aside,
and we're like,
ladies.
We promise you, like, these are not budging. So there were multiple people in that elevator. There must have been service though, because someone had sent a picture to Alana saying that the fire trucks had gotten there. I don't remember having service.
My God.
I just remember being like, this is not real life.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't feel like real life. Were you, when did you start thinking like, am I going to miss the game?
Or
probably,
did you No. I definitely thought about it. Oh. I thought about it when we couldn't get the doors open. So we were stuck between floors. And when we did crack them open a little bit, it was like just a wall. And then that small gap where you could, like, there was a video of it. Like they were trying to communicate with us through this hole in like the gap. And so at that point, I'm like, okay, now I'm just going to be stuck in here. Like I'm missing everything before the game. Maybe I'll be late. I don't know. But yeah, it was a crazy day.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you made it out. I feel like that just so quickly, like the story was just everywhere. Like I remember the broadcast was talking about it and I was like, this poor girl. And then was that the game, or at least the same camp you got your black eye?
Yes.
You poor thing.
Yeah, it was a lot, to say the least. It was like 2 days after was the next Brazil game.
Yep.
And when I thought that I was never going to be able to see again. Like the doctor at the thing, all the doctors were awesome. Do not get me wrong. However, you can't really do much to calm down a hyperventilating. Like I'm freaking out. I can't see anything out of this eye.
That's so scary.
It was awful. Things have gone up from there. Don't get me wrong.
Sounds like they have. Some people have easy introductions to the national team. It's rare, but I do hate to tell you that I think that the stress and the trauma of your introduction to the national team is probably more in line with most people's experience. You have handled it so well, and I feel like one of the things that helps us all get through the stress and like the crazy things that happen with the national team are the friends that we have kind of had with us for a lot of our journey. Like my friends that I started playing with when we were like 16 years old, like Rose and Sonnet and Abby Dahlkemper and Lynn, growing up with them and having them still in my life and, you know, helping me through the hardest moments on the national team has always meant so much to me. Some of those players for you, I'm assuming, are like Lily Reel, Olivia Moultrie, Michelle Cooper, Allie Sentnor, Jaden Shaw. You have such a strong contingent of friends that have been with you for so long. You're kind of coming up through the ranks together. How do you think your friendships and even your chemistry on the field can like help this team?
I think that it almost is an unspoken, like I don't even need to talk about it because I think that people can see that some of these players, including myself, have been playing together since we were, 14 years old. I mean, my first national team camp was a U14 one where I thought it was do or die. I got invited to 3 camps and then it was literally do or die.
I
remember I didn't get invited to like the regional camp, the 4th one. And they called me while I was in my Spanish class in middle school. And I was like, I have to leave. I said it in Spanish. I have to leave. I need to take this call from like, I forget who the coach was, but we have been together since we were babies in middle school.
Gosh.
I mean, it's so crazy. And again, like we were going to college ID camps together and even outside of national team, we're getting dinners with our families. And it's just like, it's such an interesting full circle thing to talk about because like there are so many pictures of us as babies. And now we are full grown adults on the full national team. Like it's almost laughable. Like I almost have to laugh about it. It's so cool. Claudia Dickey is one of my closest friends. She helped me through a lot in college. And I just adore her. I adore everyone, obviously, that I've grown up with. But the chemistry speaks for itself on the field. And off the field, we're all super close.
Oh, I am so happy that you guys have that. It's so, so important. Who of like, kind of the generation of my friends, who among them has been really helpful for you as a newcomer to the national team?
Does Sam Coffey count?
Sam Coffey's younger than me, but I love Sam Coffey. I didn't really get to play with her, but like, I'm so happy that you named her.
I adore Sam Coffey. Like I'm a Coffey stan. She, actually, I got this black eye in the Portland game. And she was the first person to come up to me and she said, "Is it your same eye?" I said, "It's not my same eye." So sweet. And so I appreciate her. I ride for Sam. I've said that so many times.
I know. I love it. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to say I ride for them.
But yeah, Lindsay, I think, has also just done such a great job of being the guy. Like she is the captain of the U.S. Women's National Team. And she does such a great job in making it a smooth transition and making it so welcoming. Everyone from that you've played with has been so welcoming and so kind. And again, like they are not above anyone else. They are on the team just as much as the new kids are on the team. So, I mean, it's a really special environment to say the least.
That's amazing. I'm really, really happy. You guys have been so fun to watch this year. And this is my last question, Avery. I think this is going to be an easy one. This interview is coming out the day before Thanksgiving. So I just want to know what your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner is.
I love the stuffing.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, wait, no. I actually lied. I love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie and whipped cream is the best part, in my opinion.
I love pumpkin pie. I'm actually not like the biggest stuffing person, which I know is
I haven't been until I had a really good one.
All right.
You have to try like a homemade, not from microwave. I'm not great at cooking, but I have recently tried a really good stuffing and it was awesome.
Okay, incredible. Do you like cranberry sauce? Is that like not a part of your Thanksgiving?
No, it is. I'm
not a big fan.
I'm not a big
Take it or leave it.
I would leave it.
Oh my God. Okay, well now suddenly I can't think of like a single other thing because for some reason I'm just so tied to cranberry sauce. But you learn something new every day.
The green beans wrapped in bacon is also good.
Oh yeah, my uncle-in-law makes one of those like sweet potato marshmallow sweet dishes where there's like nuts in it, I think, and that's my favorite. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Avery, this was so much fun. I'm so glad that I got to know you a little bit better. I hope you have a great off season with Benny. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And I really hope you never get a black eye again.
Hey, I will probably be wearing goggles at the next camp. So I don't think that that's going to be possible.
I can't wait to see, but I do hope that your eyes are okay.
Thank you very much. Me too.
Okay, thanks, Avery. Thank you all so much for listening. Avery was so sweet and such a joy to talk to. And I feel like we've been friends for a long time, even though we like pretty much just met on this call. What did she keep saying? She kept saying, I ride for them. Well, I ride for Avery Patterson. She was so amazing. Before we let you go, we've got our linked up voicemail of the week presented by Verizon. And each week we want to hear from you. We're taking calls. So you can call and leave us a voicemail at 855-611-4050. And you could be featured on a future episode of Friendlies. Here's our caller this week.
Hey girls, this is Magda. I'm a huge Gotham fan, and I wanted to phone in because I have a question that I think needs to be debated by you and everyone at the podcast. With Gotham beating KC, Orlando, and Washington, arguably the best three teams in the league this year, is Gotham's championship run this year the hardest championship in the NWSL history? Let me know. Thank you.
Hi, Magda. I'd have to look back at the history books, but you know what this Gotham run kind of reminds me of is the U.S. Women's National Team at the 2019 World Cup. How on earth did we beat Spain, France, England, and the Netherlands on our run to winning the final? That was crazy. But Gotham just did their own version of that. They beat number 1 and the Shield winners Kansas City, number 4 and the defending champions in Orlando, and then number 2 in the star-studded Washington Spirit. Such an incredible run. Huge congrats to Gotham. And Magda, thank you so much for calling in. That was our linked up voicemail of the week presented by Verizon. If you want to join us for this segment, the banana phone is open. So give me a call at 855-611-4050. Leave a message, ask me a question, and you could be the next featured listener thanks to our friends at Verizon. Thank you all so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel or podcast feed. You can also check out our newsletter, which gets delivered to your inbox every Tuesday with all the news you need to know. The U.S. Women's National Team has a game on Friday. We're not going live for that one. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But we will be going live on Monday night after the U.S. Women's National Team game versus Italy with Lynn Biondolo. So we will see you all on Monday. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.